That was just to warm me up. Here's a better question. If the water on the Braeside Ridge is contaminated by a petrochemical spill from the industrialization of the quarry, and I'm sure we all know what quarry you're talking about, what are your plans to get water to all the people that would be affected?
Well, that is quite a question. That would have to be a community effort. It would have to have input from all sources, and we'd have to address the ministries of natural resources, the Ministry of Environment, seek advice. It's not something that this council would decide on their own. We would have to have lots of input into it and to see what would be the best way to go about it and supply our citizens with fresh water. And that would be my approach, to seek and gather information and make a decision on what we were going to do when that time, if that time should ever arise.
Mary Campbell, and we are on our own for the first 72 hours, folks. So that's why I encourage council, and council has a reserve in place for fresh water. There's $3,000 we add to our emergency management fund every year, depending on what's required. After 72 hours, we can appeal to the county. The county has a contract with Red Cross. So does our fire department, but theirs is more extensive, so that if we have to evacuate people and kick in the emergency management, we can. The technology is there right now, and depends on what the spill is. But we need to flush the fractured rock, which the quarry is on, and do a reverse osmosis from our aquifer until it refills, if that's too technical.
Brad Nagwam. I guess we have an emergency management services coordinator, and in conjunction with council, we have somewhat of a contingency set up to look after any disasters which happen in our township. We can look after, like Mary said, the first 72 hours. We can look after it ourselves, but then we'll need all levels of government to help out, federal, provincial, and ourselves to help with supplying fresh water and any other necessary items which we need. Thank you.
Well, it sure wouldn't take me 72 hours to get water to you. It'd be right away quick, because I don't like going thirsty. Seriously, like, should it take us 72 hours to get water to somebody? Mr. McGuire is down the road here, he's got a tanker. I have one in my backyard. Not a problem, we'll get you water. If you have a problem, call me.
My response echoes the current council members that we do have an emergency plan in place, and that legislatively we are on our own for the 72 hours. As to further that, I mean, you can come forward and we can work with our emergency measures and put a plan in place. If you want a further detailed plan, that's always an option.
I think the first step would, sorry, it's Brian Anderson speaking. I think the first step would be to protect the residents in the surrounding area and make sure that they have, by whatever means necessary, the water that they need to get through until the province can kick in and help us out and get us through the disaster. And then the second thing I would do is go after the people that created the bloody mess in the first place.
Tom Peckett. To repair the contaminated water table, the best way to fix that is to not allow it to happen. Evacuating people, $3,000 funds, help in 72 hours, just won't cut it. We have to stop the asphalt plant from going there, and the only solution, if it does get contaminated, that I can think of, and nobody's come up with anything else yet, is to put in our own water filtration plant. That'll cost millions of dollars. Who's going to pay for that? You, the taxpayer. So the answer to the whole question of contaminated water is let's not let it happen. Thank you.